Good morning, badasses. Welcome to the Coffee Run Live, episode 493, I think. Try and get this lighting right. Oh my God, it's just not working. Here we go. Let's do that. All right, so before we kick in, what I wanted to just let you know, good morning, Linda, let you know about today's. We have got two awesome, fantastic, ridiculously amazing, groundbreaking, inspiration-fueled fabulosity coming to you starting, well, as soon as you join in. We've got a couple of things that I want to quickly talk to you about, and then we're going to get stuck into all of the things today that's happening today. So first of all, we've got contentology. And contentology, I know it might sound a little bit weird, but one of the things that's really, really important, you guys, when you're putting your content out there, when you're doing your marketing and you know, basically building your notoriety on the internet, hello Maxine, is making sure that you are not only putting stuff out there that is about your business, but also helping people to get to know a bit more about you, what you're all about. Sorry, just want to move my computer over here. What you're all about, and letting them know a bit more behind the scenes about what's going on. It always astonishes me if I don't put up a morning walk photo. I will get messages from people asking if we're okay. I will get, like, when I put photos up of my kids, which I don't do all the time, put photos up of my kids, like, it gets really awesome interaction. When I shared a post yesterday, which was this funny quote, this funny Japanese word that was like, I'm eating because my mouth is lonely. And it's a perfect example of sharing stuff on your pages, on your business pages, that doesn't only relate to your business content, right? It's so important that you also share stuff behind the scenes. But a lot of people, and me included in the past, I'm like, well, I don't know what to share. I don't know what to write. So every day for 30 days in Contentology, you get a content prompt. I give you a video that goes along with it that goes for maybe a minute and 20 seconds generally at the most, where I say, hey, today's your prompt and this is what you're going to talk about. This is what came up for me. I can't wait to see what you share. And then you'll share it with us. We'll celebrate it, cheer you on, and off you're going. So content, it's only like $97. So it's less than a cup of coffee a day. You can find out more about that at nicolajmorass.com/contentology, spelt how it sounds. The link is in the comments if you're watching on Facebook. The other really awesome thing that I love running, like I always, like my programs and stuff, it's so funny because if someone was to ask me, well, what's your favorite program, Nicola? I'm like, well, it's kind of like trying to choose between my kids. You know, I might have a favorite for that 5 minutes, but as a general thing, I love them all differently, but in equal amounts. And it's the same with my programs. But this one here, like the Radical Implementation Challenge, is something that is so close to my heart because it's using my planning system that I've been using since 2011 to make a hell of a lot of money, like more than $5 million online, help thousands and thousands and thousands of people around the world. And it keeps me on track and it keeps me building momentum. My clients, when they use it, tell me they get 3 months worth of work done in a month, or they'll get 3 weeks worth of stuff done in 1 week. It is insanely amazing. And that is starting tomorrow as well. So what we do is every day for a month at 6 a.m., we will jump on a call. It's only for half an hour. We jump on a call. You talk about what you're doing. I hold you accountable and you can't hide, right? Because it's 6 a.m. and there's not 25,000 of us. So if you're not on, I'm like, where are you? What are you doing? And what's happening? So if you say to me that you're going to launch a program and you don't, then, we'll talk about it. So you get all your questions answered and then bang, you go and get into the day. And it's just a really awesome little community of high achieving badasses who are really geared to creating impact and just really want that accountability and the sense of achievement that comes at the end of the day. If you want to find out more about that, you can find that at nicolajmorass.com. So now that they're out of the way, Impact Academy is coming up. Keep your eyeballs out. Oh my God. We're going to hang out for a year. We're going to create massive impact. If you've wanted to do online courses, write a book, speak on stage, put on your own events, anything that you want to do that is about creating massive impact with you, your voice, your message, your mission, everything that you want to do, the next 12 months is going to be absolutely amazing. You can't enroll yet. I haven't opened it yet, but I will be talking more about it over the next few days. So I can't wait to share that with you as well. So if you've got any questions about any of that, make sure you let me know. So I want to talk to you about breaking the seal. Now, one of my most favorite things to do outside of work and outside of hanging out with my family is dance. I love dancing. I love going to nightclubs. I love dancing. I've never ever said that I'm good at it. I do the daggiest dance moves on the face of the planet, and it's just something we all need to get accustomed to and be okay with. But the thing that always makes me laugh is we'll go out and my girlfriends and I have talked about this, and it's like, we might need to go to the bathroom, but we don't want to break the seal, because when you break the seal, you're going to keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth to the bathroom, right? And that's just annoying because it takes out of your dancing time, and then you have to line up, and then you have to have the awkward conversations in the bathroom with all of the other women who are lining up. For the men, you might not understand this. But for women, there is always a line. It doesn't matter if you're in a nightclub, whether you're out at dinner, whether you're going to a public toilet, there's always a lineup. It's ridiculous. So we're kind of conditioned to not break the seal, right? But when it comes to your content and your inspiration, the breaking of the seal is even more of a feeling of relief than going to the bathroom when you're dancing and you really, really need to go. So I wanted to talk about that, not the bathroom bit, but more about the tapping into the inspiration, the feeling, and then that gush of the ideas finally coming through. So the story that I can tell you about this is this. I really thoroughly enjoy writing. I love blogging. I also obviously love talking and doing live streams and stuff. But I've got a confession to make, because for probably the last 6 to 8 weeks particularly, I've felt quite creatively blocked. Now, not through, I've got this amazing toolkit, right, that I'll pull out, and I've got my journaling, I've got the prompts, I've got this, that, and the other, and the short form content is great. But if you've been following me for any length of time, you will know that I am a huge advocate for you writing or creating a piece of long form content, ideally every single day. Oh, good, Carmen, not just me. So I would like you to write or create a piece of long form content every day, because that way you can go and you can spin it. I call it content spinning. So you can go and use that piece of content in 25,000 probably different ways, in all sorts of different platforms, with imagery, with text, with video, with short snappy videos, with little GIFs, with anything. You can go and turn a long piece of content into limitless different types of things that you can put out there. So it all comes from you. Now, for me, the problem has been, well, not the problem has, the problem's been is that I haven't been feeling particularly inspired, and I know partially why. And I thought I'd talk to you about it. So I've been writing blogs for years and years and years. In fact, if you go to my website, I'm having my website rebuilt at the moment, and the website builder said, you've got 500 blogs on there. Do we want to carry them all over? And I'm like, yeah. What do you mean? Of course we're carrying them all over. Yeah, duh. And so that was just like, that was a really funny question to me. It was like, no. Like I've been talking for years about marketing and positioning and branding and, you putting your best foot forward and inspiration and all of that. Like we don't go and lose that content. We reuse that content. So I've been writing for a really long time. I've been doing video blogs for a really, really long time. But over the past couple of months, it's felt really challenging to me. And despite all my tools that I've got, my magical tools, my pragmatic tools, my systemized tools, the everything that I've got, nothing has really helped. And I've been thinking about it. So, and it's been really frustrating because it's in my planner, which I talked to you about before. It's in my planner to do, and every day I look at it, I'm like, well, fuck you, I didn't do my blog. I'm kind of like cross it off. And so I get to the end of the day, I'm like, right, I've got to write my blog. And then my eyeballs are hanging out of my head. I'm walking out of the office at like 5:30, 6 o'clock. And for me to write a blog, I kind of like to sort of slip into the slipstream of it. And it can take about 45 minutes for it to all kind of finish pouring out and coming out. And so by the time 5:30, 6 o'clock comes, it's like, hey, that's just not going to happen because children and husbands and dinner time and, I work out at night as well and, all of this other stuff. And it's just like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. So I was trying to unpack why this was. So part of it, I think for me is I've been really consumed with my book. So I finished writing Into the Spotlight, and that was a huge achievement, right? We've been picked up by a publisher. We're on all of the good bookstores. Like, shameless plug for Into the Spotlight. You should buy a copy. It's freaking amazing, in my opinion and my publisher's opinion. And it's just like that it's been such a sense of achievement to create a really powerful book that is going to change a lot of people's lives. But I think I got a bit burned out. And whilst I was feeling like okay to jump on and talk, like the writing was just not working. I actually didn't journal for about 3 weeks, which for any of you who know me, like that is insane. Like for me to not journal, it was just like this really hard thing for me to be able to do. Another thing that I'm not sure most of you will be aware if you've been following me for a little bit, one of my best friends is going through breast cancer treatment and has just finished chemo and things like that. So I've been really, thinking about her and being a bit consumed with trying to be as supportive as possible and do all those things and, do all of the things. I've been trying really hard. And I think this is part of the thing, trying really hard to keep all of the balls in the air. And it just so happened that the blogging and the writing really kind of had to take a back seat. Now, as I shared, one of the things for me is that I've got there is a lot of my thoughts, a lot of my intellectual property out there on the internet. So I can kind of get away with, although I know some of you have noticed because you've asked me, why I'm not writing. I can get away with not writing a blog for a few weeks, or in this case, I think it's actually longer than that. It's probably about 6 to 8 weeks, I actually think. It was when I cut my hair. Whenever I cut my hair, the last blog that I wrote was You Are More Than Your Hair, right? And then I haven't written since then because that was the last time that I felt really just kind of called to write. But I think this is the thing, is that when it's a bit like going to the gym, right? When we go to the gym, our endorphins start kicking in. And you might go to an exercise class after not being to the gym for a while, but getting to the gym, if you haven't been for a while, is really freaking hard. Well, I found it really freaking hard, right? Even though you might be really motivated to go. But then when you're there, it's just like, oh, like I can't escape now. This is going to be amazing. And then you start doing it and you start moving and then the endorphins kick in and it's like, oh yeah, like I can go a bit harder. And then you might struggle to walk out of the gym and you feel really freaking great. And then the next day it's a hell of a lot easier to go there again and do a different workout or go do the same thing or whatever. But it's easier to keep up that momentum. But that first step, that breaking of the seal can be really hard. And sometimes, here's the thing, sometimes you need a break from the gym, right? Sometimes you need a break from writing. Sometimes you need a break from doing this really big external output because you need to recharge and you need to regenerate, you need to rejuvenate. So if you need to have a break from creating content, then whilst I don't advocate for, don't take a break from creating all of the content, but maybe take a break if you're feeling a bit burned out from pushing so hard to create the long form content. Go and repurpose some of your old stuff and reshare it and reuse it. Because when you decide, all right, I'm back and I'm going to do this, then it can feel like, and this is kind of really what's happened for me over these past couple of days, is it can feel like the seal has been broken, and then like the visual that I had was like, you know, I remember watching Sesame Street as a kid, so it's a very American image that I've got in my head, but they always had like the red fire hydrants and the water pouring out, and you have all these kids in the neighborhood celebrating underneath the gushing water of the red fire hydrant, right? That's to me what it feels like when you're just like, okay, the seal's been broken, and then all of the ideas come, and then everything starts flowing through. So it's about tapping into what is going to create that breaking of the seal for you. I know for me, some of the things that have really helped has been picking back up my journaling practice and just being really disciplined around, well, you need to fucking do it, Nicola, and there's no question about it. You just need to sit your ass down and you need to do it, right? The other thing that has been so incredibly helpful for me has been having someone like the fabulous Jess Ambrose is working for me at the moment and for the foreseeable future, by the way. And it's just like really cool being able to say, hey, this is what I'm thinking about. And, you know, all of a sudden because I've got that sounding board, and I do this with mentors all the time as well, and things like, and friends like Joe and I will do it. It's like, oh, I've got this really cool idea. You know, what do you think? You know, having someone and people in your world to bounce your ideas off is so important. I cannot stress that enough to you. So have that around you. Have some way of really deciding, are you a bit burned out and do you need a rest, or are you being a whiny bitch? Because I know for me, some days I'm just being a whiny little bitch and I need to get past myself and get over myself and just be like, okay, that's enough now. You're full of horse shit. Now it's time to get on the horse and do the thing. It's like working out this morning. I was moving some weights. I'm like, oh man, my arm's a bit tired. And I'm like, is it really tired, or are you just, you know, wanting to finish? I'm like, yeah, I'm just wanting to finish. So then I did some more, because I'm like, you're not ever going to get to the place where you need to be if you buy into your own bullshit. So have people around you to bounce ideas off. And one of the things is that you might come up with an idea and then you bounce it off somebody else, and you might decide that that's actually a really crap idea. And that's okay. Let it go. There are more ideas to come. There is more abundance. But really what it's about is finding a way to break that seal of going like bling, so that the ideas can come in and come through you. And that's really about what you can then do with creating that gush of fun and fabulousness, and, you know, just being able to get out there and do the things that you do. Because let's be honest, we are all in this business that we're in to create impact. We are all in this business that we're in to create massive change, to inspire people, to motivate people, to make money, yes, but more than that, it's about helping others. And it's about, like, maybe the others that you're helping is helping your children, helping your partner, helping your mums, your dads, your brothers, your sisters, your nieces, your nephews, your kids, whatever it might be, your clients. And you're not going to be able to do that if you don't put yourself out there. You're not going to be able to do that if you don't really share those things that are really deep and meaningful to you. You're not going to be able to help the people if you remain invisible. So that's my thing for you today. I really want you to be able to find the ways that you can tap into that creativity, tap into the things that are really important, and then use those as the springboard for you to get yourself out there and make shit happen, because we're waiting for you. Like, we need to see you. We need to see it. So on that note, I am going to love you and leave you. You can see all of the things in the comments around where to find out more information if you're wanting some help with this. We've got a couple of really cool programs happening throughout October that are going to rock your worlds the way that they do mine and the other clients who are in there. So we've got Contentology and the 30-day challenge. So get on it, my friends. It's time for you now to get out there, go help some people, have a whole ton of fun doing it. But most of all, please remember that the world is ready for your brand of awesome. If I don't talk to you before, I will see you tomorrow.